Yes, clinics hate this little device because under eye bags, under eye hollows, dark circles, they are a huge driver to aesthetic practices. But here's the thing. Luckily, this little device works with your in-clinic treatments, or you can use it as a standalone, your choice, to reduce what? Eye bags, eye hollows, eye wrinkles, and the number one, dark circles. The first number one area to age all of us is pretty much the under eye area. And I added 2 things to this sleek design. Well, 3. You see, it all comes in something just a tad bigger than an AirPod. Earpods. I have one right here. This little thing here. It's very close to that. Now, you're probably looking at this now and going, why are they only for the under eye? Well, they're not. More on that in a second. So I said 3 things. The number one, you can turn off the NIR function, near infrared light function. There's a select group of you watching here, commenting on my videos, of course, and asking for that ability to turn off the near infrared. And so I included that in this design. That's for those of you really wanting the brightest of eyes, the most luminous skin. And for those wanting deeper results, think fat and bone, just leave the near infrared on. It's totally tunable. But here's the real magic, the number 2. You see, when you run the red light function, the mode 2 in this design, I'll go through the whole unboxing at the end, so don't worry about that. I added something for you. It's called PEMF, Pulsed Electromagnetic Fields. Yes, the same PEMF that is used to help in orthopedics. We use it for after fractures to help heal them quicker, but also now it's more and more used in plastic surgery. So after a facelift or after body surgery, a lot of plastic surgeons will send the patient home with a mat that has PEMF. And many of you might already have a mat at home that uses that technology. Oh, and yes, I know you guys love before and after pictures. I put dozens on my website for your viewing pleasure. And remember, you can send in your before and after pictures on my websites. Well, how does it actually help your under eye? It assists your blood get through the smaller vessels, exactly like the ones around your eye that cause the dark circle congestion. That's one of the functions of PEMF that's known and been studied. By pulsing this energy, it has decreased my patient's vascular congestion and the appearance of eye bags and dark circles by creating that healthy vascular environment. And again, yours too. Now notice here, you get 2 patches. A lot of products like this only have one, so be careful with that. I say like this because there's nothing else like this on the market that's equivalent, because I don't just put a label on something. I make these from scratch, designed the way I want it for patients in my clinic to get the best results. You see, we all carry an electromagnetic charge, as does the earth itself. And by pulsing this charge, the microvasculature is stimulated to move along cells that were not able to move along prior, particularly your red blood cells. It keeps things flowing. So we're in effect restoring the under eye environment like it used to be. This also functions in removing oxidation and, you ready because you see it under eyes, whether you have allergies or not, it's inflammation. Sometimes it's the food or the drink you had the night before. That's why many of you might already be using the complete pads that you lay on. The thing is with this patch, it's direct to the under eye. Now this is of course way less expensive than a mat, and more importantly, it's pointed and pulsed exactly where you want it in this area. More on that in a minute because many of you may not have heard of this technology before. But next, I didn't stop there. The number 3, I designed a customized INFUSION Hydrocolloid patch specifically designed for eye circles, eye bags, and fat pads. You can see it right here. I have a couple here, and this is what they look like. It all comes in a rechargeable, beautiful pod like this. So of course you can easily travel with this, something else you all asked for. Attention to detail, yes, and it was more than a year in the designing. It took quite a bit and years in the study. Clinically proven results. In fact, 93% of users reported reduced eye bags and 82% noticed improved fine lines, many even within 2 weeks of use or less. Now you're probably looking at this now and going, why are they only for the under eye? Well, they're not. People do use them in other areas. Anywhere you see fine lines, wrinkles, laxity, or more. I actually had one patient that used them for accordion lines over here. She was smiling and had fine lines over on the edge, and so she used them there. She put the patches on there about 3 times a week for 9 minutes each. I had a gentleman, and he was getting those lines mainly from sleeping, where you get vertical forehead lines, but they're kind of on an angle. They kind of go like this. And he was using them on those lines, and he had great results with that. And then I had a patient, this is an interesting one, because some of you may relate to this one, especially the people who get some BOTOX in the forehead. You'll often have a line just above the brow that you can't put BOTOX in, because if you do, it'll lower the lateral edge of the brow, and people want that lifted. So it's just a line above the hair of the brow. And it looks at a place, because the rest of the forehead could be totally smooth, but you have that line. And she was using them over that line, and it took that line away. And then, of course, she did her skincare for the rest of the forehead, but it was really that one line that was bothering her, and it worked really well. So it can be used there. And of course, vertical lip lines is another one. Because you can travel with it, you don't have to stop your red light therapy if you don't want to travel with your mask. There are tons of uses for these. I'll, as usual, make a playlist as time goes on. Now, right about now, you're asking, Doc, what's exactly in these little patches and how do they go along with this device? Let's go through the ingredients that are specifically built for the under eye. And I guess before that, even a quick number 4 that I added to this, they're asymmetric. The first thing when you look at this patch, you're going to go, hey, what side goes on what? I labeled right and left on the patch. I made them asymmetric with a circular side and then another side that's like a pentagon that you can put in different areas so that you can really get them exactly where your eye concerns are. Or if you're putting them in other areas of the body, because they're asymmetric, you can really get them into cracks and crevices in some areas where you might have lines that are difficult to achieve with other devices. But the ingredients, yep, I used what you might think my favorite gentle Korean skincare ingredients that you all rave about from my bright and tight Korean face masks. Partly why there's Korean influence here is because you want to be gentle under the eye. Inflammation is often what leads to dark circles and aging, so I used those ingredients. I took that formula and infused the Duo Glo patches with number 1, Centella Asiatica. Number 2, of course, vitamin C. It's a brightener and collagen builder. Number 3, niacinamide. And of course, hyaluronic acid. The best ingredients for your under eye are in this patch. Now for you today, I've packaged my Plasma Glow LED Duo with my next most popular under eye treatment that people do in the morning when they wake up, and that's the Cryo Glow Roller. That's a $70 value, and you get it absolutely free for a limited time. The cold roller that gets right up underneath the eyes. A lot of people use that when they first wake up in the morning to get rid of their puffy eyes and to get rid of redness. It's often there more in the morning. And then they use this in the evening. A benefit of using this in the evening is it's hands-free, so you can do other things while this is working on your face. Because many of you told me that in-clinic treatments, they're just out of reach for you for 2 reasons. One is you said pricing. Going to the clinic was too expensive. And the second one was, interestingly, geography. A lot of you said, hey, I don't live next to a reputable clinic. I don't trust them. So I wanted to bring the power of clinical treatments into the comfort of your own home. Now, before we go on, I know you're going to ask, do these dissolve fillers? You always ask me that about RF Energy too, but this has PEMF, which might be a little new to you. Will these, or the red light or near infrared light in here, will they dissolve your fillers? No, they don't interfere with existing treatments like your fillers or PRF, because of course I do those things in my clinic. How am I so confident that it won't bother them? It won't disrupt them. It won't draw water in? Because my patients have those treatments as well. I provide them all the time in my clinic. So we have a lot of data on that. I also, of course, get to go to the filler manufacturing factories where they autoclave those fillers before they leave the factory. So they're exposed to very high temperatures. And this does not produce heat, in case you're wondering. Another huge benefit of this product is it's hands-free. So while you're doing this treatment, you can read, meditate, you can demand of your kids, whatever you want to do. A lot of people do it while they're doing other tasks so that they can multitask. Saves time. Will it work with your PRF? Of course. I use a lot of PRF in clinic after I phased PRP out of my clinic. Because I'm seeing patients, many of who have work done and some who don't, I only use devices and skincare that will work with people's current skincare routines. These are the exact routines I'm using in my clinic with my patients, and I'm always, of course, working to improve outcomes and results because that's who I'm answering to. Now, this will all make a little more sense when you see how it comes. It comes in a nice box, packaged well. I think a lot of people buy these as gifts because of that. But within there, you get your full manual that goes through everything in detail. But it comes in this little case. It's magnetically closing. And within here, you're going to get two controllers. And the controllers look like this. And there's three little dots on the back that are going to attach to your right and your left patches. And to turn the controller on, you just hold the button in for a couple of seconds and you'll get a light. This controller attaches to the patch. And a quick click of the button for the controller will change the mode. So there's mode 1, which is white, which is red and near infrared. Press it again and it's red light, and this turns red, and there's also PEMF. So mode 1 and mode 2. Now you see red light, of course, and red light is in both mode 1 and mode 2. You cannot visually see near infrared, that wavelength, and you cannot see PEMF. And there's no heat produced, like I mentioned. There's a right and a left, and the colloid patch is labeled right and left. So you take the right one, you unpeel the side that indicates that it's for the device side. You put it on the device. You unpeel the other side that goes on the face, and you place it on the face wherever you want. So having a mirror, if you're placing it close to the eye, often helps. Now, when you're done of 9 minutes, you simply take it off of your face. And to turn the device off again, you hold in for a couple seconds and the device turns off. Now, this case here is your charging case. So when you put these back in, they charge in the case, just like they do with your earpods or earbuds. And then you can just travel with this. This is a USB-C here, and it plugs in with a USB cord, so it's international. You can use it wherever you go. Now, I always recommend doing a light sensitivity test. It's so rare anyone is sensitive to light, but you can just put on whatever mode you select, lay this on your arm for 5-10 minutes, and then check the next day. Make sure you don't get light sensitivity for those of you who have a lot of sensitivities or you're worried about that. The majority of people use this product once to 3 times per week, depending on what results you want in your existing state of your skin, the photo damage, how much laxity you have. But there's no need to use it more than 3 times a week, max. Now, what happens if you run out of these patches? They come in refill boxes like this, all available at store.rajanimd.com. Now, to make sense of all this, you're going to want to watch this playlist up here, all about red light and red light therapy for your skin, and one down here on the power of RF, radio frequency energy, to lift and tighten your skin. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.